Welcome to another Warford Orthodontics Straight Talk podcast. This is episode number 4. In this episode, we'll be discussing how technology has changed the entire experience of straightening your teeth and achieving that smile you'll be proud to show off. Welcome back to another Straight Talk podcast. I'm Scott Wild along with Dr. John Warford Sr. this time. Normally we have Dr. John Warford Jr. with us. Welcome.
Hey, I'm just glad to be here, and thanks for having me on.
Now, you opened your doors back in 1973.
That's correct. Yeah, we've been around for 40 years. We're working on our 41st year, and it's really been quite an extraordinary experience.
I want to talk a little bit today about how the technological changes have affected your business. I can't even imagine the number of technological changes that have happened in the 40 years that you've been doing orthodontics.
Well, absolutely. You know, from the old days of the railroad tracks across the teeth and with, both adolescents and with adults that came into the practice, absolutely, being frightened at the way braces look.
Yep.
To now with the new technologies, which we can go into, but they actually celebrate their braces, the appearance and the pressures and all of this. The braces, they're really a non-factor nowadays, and we can focus on getting great smiles. So it's gone from being fear to some fantastic results.
I want to start with kind of the examination and evaluation process. Let's start there. Someone just walks through the door. What has changed as far as the technology there?
Well, you think that we just look at the whole mouth and, it's just all about the teeth, but it is not. What's so important is, yes, that's the, the basic part of it. That's the crux of it. But looking at the whole person, so it is not just an exam, but it's an evaluation on how that smile fits that face. What are the goals of the patient?
Sure.
So we can, create a smile that's not only lasting, but, they're proud of, and it really fits their personality.
I can imagine the lives you have changed and the stories that you've seen and really watched people blossom once they've had these teeth straightened.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gone really from the most remarkable change has been from extraction technology, where virtually most of the patients had 4 absolutely good permanent teeth extracted, to non-extraction technology. And what that's done is that has given everybody that real full smile, that big smile that you see, across billboards and in the magazines.
Sure.
And it just brings to life a person's smile and their personality.
I've even heard of a few people who have literally changed careers based on the smile you gave them so that they were now in positions where they were in front of people more often.
Absolutely. I think you can look at, virtually every parameter from not only your overall personal health, but your self-esteem,
right.
Your ability to move up in the workplace. Your smile is your window on the world. And, to have a great smile, it changes your personality, but it also changes the perception that people have when they look at you. And that is extraordinarily important.
So when it comes to the diagnosis and treatment plan, so you've done the examination, you've kind of evaluated the person, the whole person, and now you're coming up with a diagnostic treatment plan, right? You are the first orthodontist to use the iTero scanner, correct? In North Dakota.
Absolutely. The iTero scanner it's really, is a fantastic instrument where one can digitize the mouth. In other words, you can take and make a digital replica of the teeth. And it's just one of the examples how we at Warford Orthodontics have stayed at the knife edge of technology all the way through these last 40 years. The latest, of course, is the iTero scanner. We're extraordinarily proud that we have this commitment that we will use the maximum amount of technology to bring the best smiles to our patients.
And in many cases, and in most cases, I imagine it has eliminated the need for that really goopy the impression gel that you used to use, or the silly putty or whatever.
Absolutely. Who likes those gooey impressions? We can sugarcoat it as much as we want, saying it's like Play-Doh, it tastes good, or anything like that. But when a patient has that gooey stuff in their mouth and they're almost ready to throw up, and we have that alternative, that iTero, that is a sea change of improvement. And, that's just one of the things that we've seen over the years. So, yeah, the patient experience, not only only in getting a smile, but your patient experience that you're having here at Warford Orthodontics is so important to us. We want that comfort, that confidence, and that calmness. We want a sense of calmness in our patients when they're having treatment rendered to them.
Well, I just recently went through the iTero scanner process, and it literally takes just minutes. I mean, I think within 10 minutes, I was looking at a digital replica of my mouth as it was now, and then the machine even made a best guess as to what my mouth would look like when the treatment was finished. And that was an amazing experience.
Absolutely. Modern technology it's so important. We can't, you still have to have the doctor.
Yep.
We still have to have that personal ability to interpret. But, all through medicine and dentistry, the importance of this digital technology is not only from a predictive standpoint that you just indicated to us, but it also, kind of records that initial where you started from. And so that you can have this step-by-step treatment plan to the culmination of the result, the finish, so that the extraordinary result is achieved. And it's important to embrace the technology, but at the same time, have that personal touch to interpret what the technology is saying to us.
Right. I mean, they always say it's not the bow and arrow, it's the archer. Right. I mean, you can have the best bow and arrow in the world and give it to someone who's a complete novice, and you're not going to get good results. So it takes that knowledge and knowing the person and being able to read the results on the fly.
Well, absolutely. And, it's, when you talk about holistic or total health care, that's what you want, when you go to your physician. And you want the same thing. You go to your DDS, your regular dentist.
Yep.
And, of course, here at Warford Orthodontics, that's what we bring. We bring that smile that fits your personality, that makes you, I think, a better person.
How have braces changed over the last 40 years?
Well, I talked earlier in the podcast about the railroad tracks. We did in the 1980s the beta testing here for, those glue-on brackets. Those are the small metal or ceramic pieces that are bonded onto the teeth. We call them brackets, not braces. So we did the testing of the glue. It's kind of interesting. The problem was not keeping the braces on, but it was getting enough bonding strength so that we could get the braces off. And we went through that testing, and then braces became smaller from the metal size, and then transitioned into plastic braces, and then ultimately ceramic, and then these newer materials now that don't stain or anything like that. So we have a kind of a plethora of type of appliances available. We've got mini metal appliances. We have mini metal appliances with the colors. Some kids like to have all the colors. Yeah. We've got the clear braces, and then of course the latest. I'd say it's been around for quite a while, but the new innovations that we are bringing with the Invisalign is extraordinary. So you have a lot of choices in what we call appliance system, the type of brace work to give you a great smile.
One of the reasons that I never got braces because I was in a radio career and I did not want it to change my voice. And, a lot of people, they kind of talk with a little bit of a lisp. And I'm actually wearing my Invisalign right now, and I don't notice any difference. And they really, not only can you hide the treatment, but virtually you forget that you have them in.
Today, in our modern society today, we want to have no inconveniences, and we're able to offer that. It's kind of interesting. For adults, the Invisalign has been really an extraordinary change as far as what we can offer in the practice. Right. But it was kind of interesting even earlier today. We had a young person come in, offered him Invisalign, said, "No, I want braces. I want everybody to see them." So, you end up with these, different needs, and we'll listen to that patient. That patient got braces on and got their pink colors.
Yeah, my daughter has currently got braces from you guys, and she couldn't wait to pick the colors out. In fact, she wanted them. She couldn't. She was so excited to get them so that people would notice that she had braces, and I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, I think so. I talked about that calmness, and we have a very relaxed atmosphere here. I've actually had 2 patients fall asleep, if you can believe, during their patient experience here at Warford Orthodontics, and it's a relaxing place if you fall asleep.
Well, if you want more information, visit warfordorthodontics.com and look at the braces and Invisalign pages. If you want to request an appointment, all you got to do to get a free evaluation is go to warfordorthodontics.com/request. Dr. Warford, thank you so much for spending a few minutes talking about technological advances.
Oh, thank you.
If you'd like to hear more about feature stories and other podcast episodes, you can visit the website at warfordorthodontics.com and click on the podcast banner. If you'd like to share your story, contact us through our website using the comment section below this podcast, or hit us up on our Facebook page at facebook.com/warfordorthodontics. Thanks for listening.